Chris, and you're watching The Asylum with Chris Six and Baby Dan.
I've never been nothing like what you're accustomed to. Always been who I am. Don't give a fuck if you feel it or not. I've been killing the slots that I'm giving to enter the tier at the top. See that I'm keeping it real and ain't fearing a thing compared to the fear that I bring. I eagerly bring what they want and you wait for the moment to own it. I send my condolences. These tracking so magical, they don't know half of what's cracking inside of my brain. The times that done changed, my homie, the weed ain't the thing. They be snorting the lines of that cane. I bring to you something that's pure and euphoric is what they be shooting inside of their veins. I try to maintain my spirit, but here I go sliding away. I'm guiding my to the darkest and deepest of waters. If you ain't a part of this mission, you slipping. Listen to flipping my sentences. Don't give a shit if you feel it. I feel that you interested. If you can relate to my music, I make it for you, so don't take it for granted. God damn it, the day that they can't understand is the day I abandon the planet.
What's going on, YouTube? This is Chris Six, and I'm coming at you guys with a little bit of a video that we haven't done in almost 2 years now. And I'm going to be giving you guys the results and my review on tonight's Raw from wrestling. So I'm going to try to be doing some of these videos more, frequently. I've noticed that we've had a drop in views since I've stopped doing some of these. So for the wrestling fans that I disappointed, I'm going to try to bring this back for you guys. For those of you out there who can't, physically see it on TV, you may be able to catch a pay-per-view here and there. I'm going to keep you guys updated, posted on what's going on in, current WWE on their shows. So let's start this off. Tonight's Raw actually began with a segment with Roman Reigns coming out and talking about how he's the Intercontinental Champion and everything, and then Jason Jordan ended up coming out to congratulate him. Seth Rollins followed behind him, which for those who may not have seen the last couple weeks, Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins are both now the tag team champions of Raw. He stops him, tells him that, it was really rude of him to come out and cut him off like that. And then we end up getting to see the Balor Club comes out, and they end up setting a match for the main card for tonight. And we'll get to that match towards the end. Now for our first match of the night, we end up having Team Absolution against Sasha Banks and Bayley. They end up having Mickie James come out with them, and Team Absolution was Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, and they end up having Paige valeted them out there. And Bayley and Sasha Banks actually end up pulling the win out against Team Absolution with the Banks statement. I honestly, with the way the women's division is looking a lot more recently, I'm looking forward to the 30-woman Royal Rumble coming up in a couple weeks. So you guys stay tuned, and me and Baby Danny might be giving you guys a breakdown of the Royal Rumble. Also, they did mention 2 weeks. This Monday makes 2 weeks. Will be the 25th anniversary of Raw, so don't forget to check that out. If not, check back here and we'll give you the results of that. Let you guys know who all's showed up and everything. They got some big names that's supposed to be coming back, as like Ron Simmons, JBL, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. A lot of them guys have announced to come back. So to see who may be performing on Monday for the 25th, it might be pretty exciting to see the Undertaker get back into some action, possibly. So like I said, check back for that in a couple weeks. For match number 2 on the card, we end up having Woken Matt Hardy battling it out with Kurt Hawkins, and going into this match, Kurt Hawkins was bragging about how this year he hasn't been defeated. Well, second Monday out of the year, so no fucking brainer. Especially when this is the first time that Kurt Hawkins has actually wrestled this year. But he ended up wrestling against Woken Matt Hardy, and Matt Hardy ended up over the win with that. And then the lights cut out, end up with the Bray Wyatt thing, and Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt end up face to face in the ring, setting up more of their storyline. I can't wait for this because the whole Woken Matt Hardy thing is just bizarro with the bizarre, Bray Wyatt. Almost in a way, I'd kind of like to see them get in like a Demon Finn Balor angle going with the three of this, or with the two of them, making it into a triple threat. But I don't see that happening, but it would be nice to see something like that. But yeah, like I said, Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt setting up for the further storyline. Now we end up having another segment with the Walk with Elias, and he introed The Miz back after The Miz has been gone for a couple months, a few weeks or whatnot, for filming for his movie. The Miz ended up doing I don't know if you want to really call it Miz TV or whatnot, but he talking about the fact is he's coming for Roman Reigns, and he's coming back for his championship. He wants his rematch per se. Now Cedric Alexander and Enzo Amore end up having a match against each other. It was supposed to be for the Cruiserweight Championship, and during the match there was a spot where Enzo was on the outside of the ring, and my phone, not yours, but there's a spot where he ends up outside the ring, and Cedric Alexander went to dive over it. When he did, you could see Enzo's body weight, and Cedric Alexander's body weight on top of Enzo's left ankle, and you just see it give out and buckle. I don't know if it broke, something's damaged. Not sure if it's a shoot or what, but Enzo ended up losing the match by count out. Still, Enzo is the Cruiserweight Champion because of, the count-out stipulation and everything. But hopefully it's not an actual injury or anything, because, again, you don't like to see these guys go out with injuries, because it's taking food off their table, so that would really suck. After that match, it was announced by Kurt Angle that the rematch for the Intercontinental Championship is going to take place in 2 weeks at the 25th anniversary against Roman Reigns and The Miz. And I'm looking forward to that match. Actually, I'm hoping The Miz gets it back from Roman Reigns. In a way, I'm not really a huge fan of this Roman push for, being Intercontinental Champion. I don't know. To me, Roman Reigns is kind of, ran his course. He's like a John Cena, just ran his course for the hardcore fans and everything. But I don't know. I'm not a Miz fan either, so I'm really kind of beside myself, really, who I want to win. But I'd rather see The Miz win than Roman Reigns. The next match we ended up having was Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews versus The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro. Now, how, I don't know, but Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews end up pulling the win out of their ass, and not quite sure how that happened. They did have Dana Brooke walk them out with them again. It's kind of weird seeing Dana Brooke dressed up like she is, from being the angle she was with Charlotte, and going on to buy her, being a solo wrestler and everything, to now being with the Titus brand, Titus Worldwide, and I don't know, it's not really fitting for her. To me, she looks too much like she's trying to act like a secretary or whatnot, but, I don't know. But, like I said, Titus O'Neil, Apollo Crews, beat Sheamus and Cesaro. Then the next segment we ended up having was Brock Lesnar coming out. Him and Paul Heyman were out the ring and, doing their little spiel. And Brock was getting ready to leave. He hopped out the ring. Kane ended up attacking him. And then out of nowhere, Braun Strowman came out and he ended up attacking him. They all, again, that's my phone, not yours. But he ends up coming out backstage and somehow finding this grappling hook and one of the road cases, and he threw it up. Braun Strowman threw it up on top of the scaffolding, pulled the scaffolding down on both Brock Lesnar and Kane. Braun Strowman pretty much walked away unscathed. Kane got up limping away, dragging himself up off the floor, and then Brock Lesnar, he ended up having to be carted out and all that, taken to the hospital. I'm not sure if there's any injury with that. Hopefully there's not, because I'm anticipating this match in a couple weeks for the Royal Rumble, the triple threat for the Universal Championship belt. So hopefully again, all this injury bullshit or whatnot's just storyline, so we can keep on going with these matches. Like I said, I'm anticipating these matches. Now the next match we end up having was Samoa Joe versus Rhino. Rhino ended up having Heath Slater out there in his corner and everything, and Samoa Joe still ended up picking up the win, even with the that intimidation level of, well, what intimidation level am I talking about Heath Slater? But okay, even with that intimidation level though, he still ended up pulling the win out with a submission, the Coquina Clutch. So Samoa Joe ended up taking that over Rhino. The next match that we were supposed to have must have been an Asuka match. Asuka started to come out to the ring, and she got up in the ring and up on the turnbuckle. When she did, Nia Jax came out of the nowhere, ended up taking her out, and the match, that was pretty much it. That was the match. But excuse me, Alexa Bliss beforehand was telling Nia Jax that supposedly Asuka was saying some things about her and everything and whatnot. So let's see how this angle goes, because Nia Jax ended up calling Alexa Bliss out. So let's see how this angle goes between the two friends. Now, for the main event that we end up having, the main match was the Balor Club versus the Champion Club. That match ended up going to the Balor Club. Gallows and Anderson and Finn Balor end up beating Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Jason Jordan. And while Roman Reigns was laying in the ring right at the end of the match, The Miz and the Miztourage comes in and wrecks hell on all that is Roman Reigns, and sending a message pretty much that The Miz is back and that he is on the hunt for that championship. He's going to get that thing back for the rematch. So, like I said, hopefully everything that happened tonight pushes forward into a progressive show for next week, and into the Rumble and the 25th and all that. So out of tonight's show, I found that tonight's show was not really boring, but it was just an average kind of show. They've had better shows, better progressions of storylines than today, but I don't know. Today felt like the day to get back and do this with you guys, and like I said, share the WWE results and my review on it. But like I said, my review was more of an average Raw than Supreme or a best. But like I said, hopefully this is just to push the storyline and progress it on a little bit further. So check back next week. Check back tomorrow for sure. We'll be doing a review on SmackDown. And like I said, we're going to be trying to do this every week now. We're going to be having a video coming for you guys soon. It's going to be a video of us reviewing the chocolate hazelnut Oreos, my bad, and the hot and spicy Oreos. We're going to also be having a new intro coming in and everything. So check back to see the progression of this channel. Make sure you give a like, a subscribe, favorite, and hit that notification bell. Share this. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Follow us on our Facebook for the Chris Six Asylum. Check back a little bit later for more updates and more videos. I love peace and chicken grease. Motherfucker.